Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Jesse Rodriguez predictably beats Pedro Guevara to retain his WBC Super Flyweight title, as well as his Ring Magazine title. Pretty routine title defense for Jesse Rodriguez. You know, Pedro Guevara throughout the years has been a decent guy, of course, a former world champion himself, quite a few years ago now. Been in and around contender status for a while, but 35, 36 years old, he was outsized in this fight against Bam. You know, Bam was quite a bit bigger, plus a lot younger. And, you know, right from the opening bell, I felt that, yeah, this one's not going to go the distance. It's just going to take a matter of time for Rodriguez to break down Guevara, and he'd get to him, and that's what happened. Right from the opening bell, Rodriguez came out pretty aggressive, actually a bit more aggressive than I'm used to seeing. I think he realised what he had in front of him, but he came out quite aggressive in that southpaw stance. Showed a pretty good guard actually, a little more tighter defense from Rodriguez here, but he was kind of just following Guevara around the ring while using the jab, trying to touch with the straight left, occasionally going down to the body, whereas Guevara was kind of using some lateral movement. I was trying to work out what Guevara's game plan was, and to me, it looked like he was just really trying to walk Jesse into a shot, you know, as Jesse has sometimes in previous fights got overzealous when he throws his combinations, when he throws his power shots. It looked like Guevara was trying to time Jesse coming in, but first round, Guevara didn't really do much. Bam was the aggressor, outlanded Guevara, clearly won round one. Round two, it followed more of the same, but Jesse's jab became a lot more prevalent from the southpaw stance. And it was a ramrod jab, you know, rocking the head back of Guevara, and Jesse then would either throw the straight left off the jab or the uppercut, and the uppercut in particular was a really good shot for Jesse. Every time he threw it, I felt like he was landing it, you know, splitting the guard of Pedro Guevara. Guevara would back up to the ropes, would back up to the corner, and Jesse would kind of have his way, you know, land 2-3 punch combinations. In round two, Guevara was throwing back. He tried to throw back to the body. He tried to throw the overhand right as Jesse was coming in, like I was saying. Again, that seemed to be his game plan, to try to walk Jesse into one big shot. But, you know, Guevara was a smaller guy, and he's not a noted puncher. So, questionable tactics, but maybe that's the way he felt he could win, or the only way he could win. But yeah, round two, you could see that the damage was starting to accumulate a little bit, and that Guevara was getting a bit uncomfortable, you know, kept on dabbing at his nose after the jabs were landing, things like that. But he gets through round three. He gets through round two. Round three, however, is where the fight ended. Again, more front foot pressure from Jesse Bam Rodriguez. The jab was continuing to fire. Jesse was then starting to step around the target, making himself even harder to read, making it harder for Guevara to evade the shots. And it was starting to resemble, well, Guevara was starting to resemble a bad sparring partner because Jesse was just having his way with him. Drops Guevara in round three with a straight left hand. Good shot by Rodriguez. Guevara beats the count, but soon after, Jesse jumps on him. I think he landed a hook, but I'm not sure. I think it was a body shot. You know, I've not seen it back. I've only just watched it now. I think it was a body shot that finished Guevara. I could totally be wrong. But, yeah, I mean, listen, this was what it was for Jesse Rodriguez. You know, going in, I don't think anybody expected Guevara to pose any real threat, you know. I don't think anybody expected that. But, you know, Jesse gets the job done. He defends the title. And it's time to move on now. What does Jesse do next? I want to see Jesse fight a champion in and around his prime. You know, Jesse's got a good resume, but like I was saying in a preview video a little while ago, he's beaten a lot of guys who are like mid-30s, guys who are good fighters, like obviously Juan Francisco Estrada, Quadras, Rung Vasai, etc. These are good fighters, but when Jesse fought them, without a doubt, they was past their best. Not shot, but past their best. I want to see Jesse now fight another prime fighter for a title in a unification fight. That's what I want to see. And I think the most obvious choice, or the most exciting choice, would be Fernando Martinez, who holds the IBF title, I believe. Although I think he might have been stripped, but that would still be a very good fight. And I think at super flyweight right now, when I look at the options available, I think Fernando Martinez is the most interesting choice. You know, Ioka's still around, but Ioka's past his best, as well, in my opinion. Lost his last fight to Fernando Martinez. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at Superfly, really, for me, the only interesting one is Fernando Martinez. Then, of course, we can talk about going to bantamweight. There's options for him at bantamweight. Well, the main option would be Junto Nakatani, but I don't think they'll take that fight. That'd be my dream fight for Jesse Rodriguez, would be Junto Nakatani, but I don't think that one's going to happen, to be honest with you. But yeah, not really sure where Bam goes from here, to be honest with you. I think it should be Fernando Martinez in an ideal world if he's going to stay at super flyweight. But yeah, share your thoughts below. What did you make of this performance? Peace.